Lilan couldn't get through to Su Shui's phone no matter what she did. It's been a day. Why doesn't Shui answer the phone? Where is this damn girl? She has been married for a long time and there is still no movement. What a shame. It turns out that Su Shui's marriage partner is Fu Nancheng. Is she worthy of that kind of man? Su Qianru knew about the jade pendant, but 2 years ago, Su Shui married the illegitimate son of the Fu family. She had no idea that she would marry the man in power of the Fu family. Mom, what happened? What's going on with Shui and Mr. Fu getting married? Qianru, it's just in time that you're back. When the Fu family saw a jade pendant, they suddenly wanted to form an alliance with us, but the jade pendant was stolen by Zhuxi from Zhuxi. Now that I can't contact her, I'm always afraid that she will be discovered. Mom, I feel something is wrong too. Where does Mr. Fu live? I'll accompany you and Dad to find him. Yipinlan Villa. In the study, Fu Nancheng was reviewing documents when Secretary Song said, "President, someone from the Su family is here." Fu Nancheng didn't raise his head and said indifferently, "Let them in." Su Changrong, Lilan, and Su Qianru entered the Yipinlan Villa. It was their first time to step into such a valuable place. They were amazed by the low-key and luxurious decoration design. When they came to the study room with cool colors, they held their breath nervously. Mr. Fu, I'm taking the liberty to bother you, but I'm actually looking for my daughter. She has been unable to get through on the phone, Su Changrong said haltingly. Fu Nancheng dropped the pen in his hand and glanced at Su Changrong with his hawk-like eyes. I didn't look for you, but you came to me. Is the jade pendant for the wedding really Su Shui's? Su Changrong and Lilan's faces changed drastically. Could it be that he knew the truth? Something flashed across Su Qianru's eyes. She stepped forward and said in a gentle and sweet voice, Mr. Fu, actually the jade pendant is mine. My sister was ignorant and secretly took my jade pendant. I came here today to apologize for my sister. It was me who should have married you 2 years ago. I'm your real Mrs. Fu. Su Qianru looked at the man with shining eyes. It was him. They met again. Su Changrong and Lilan looked at Su Qianru in shock. Why was she talking nonsense so seriously? That jade pendant belongs to Su Ci. But the two of them also reacted. Yes, Su Shui was exposed, and they still had Qianru. In any case, Su Ci could not get away with it. Mr. Fu, we didn't educate Shui well. The jade pendant is indeed Qianru's. She stole Qianru's jade pendant and wanted to marry into the Fu family. She even threatened to die. We couldn't do anything about it. Fu Nancheng glanced at the two people, then looked at Su Qianru and asked slowly, Is the jade pendant really yours? The man's eyes were too sharp and as deep as a cold pond, able to see through people like X-rays. Su Qianru looked at him and nodded affirmatively. Yes. Are you king? Su Qianru was very smart. She curled her lips and said mysteriously, I'm sorry, Mr. Fu, this is my private matter. I have no obligation to tell you. Su Qianru looked at the man, her beautiful eyes showing charming spring colors. Fu Nancheng did not express his opinion. His indifferent and deep look made it hard to guess what he was thinking. Secretary Song, please show the guest away. Secretary Song immediately said, 3 of you, please come this way. Su Shui was released. She had been tortured these past few days and was a little delirious. Only then did Su Changrong understand why Fu Nancheng let the man go so easily, because the man who needed to be tortured had already been tortured and was useless. Go away, don't touch me, I'm Mrs. Fu, Su Shui yelled. Lilan hugged Su Shui in her arms distressedly. Shui, it's your mother, don't be afraid. Su Qianru had no expression. In fact, she didn't understand why Su Shui was born. It was enough for the Su family to have her as an outstanding and excellent daughter. But she said softly, Mom, I know many famous doctors abroad who will take good care of Shui. It's best not to be cured. I am enough for the Su family. Su Changrong sighed indignantly. Boss Fu's methods are really well-deserved. Those who offend him have no good end. This time, we suffered the loss of being dumb. Qianru, you must capture him and don't let him take revenge on us. Got it, Dad. Just now, Mr. Fu didn't say marry me now, but he also didn't say he wouldn't marry me, right? Su Qianru said with a smile. The Su family came out of the Yipinlan villa. They didn't realize someone had heard their conversation. It was Fu Nancheng's niece, Fu Yingying. Fu Yingying blocked his way. Uncle, are you really going to marry Su Qianru? Fu Nancheng frowned. Who asked you to eavesdrop on our conversation? Uncle, I don't want you to marry someone else. I want Cece to be my aunt. Speaking of Zhuxi, Fu Nancheng looked at the time. It was already 9 o'clock, but she hadn't come back yet. Where had she been? At this moment, the door of the villa opened and it seemed that Zhuxi was back. Fu Yingying immediately ran. Fu Nancheng, who heard that, immediately got up and followed Fu Yingying. "Cece! Oh no, something big has happened!" Zhuxi said. "What's wrong?" "My uncle is going to marry Su Qianru." "Su Qianru? Why are they involved again? But it doesn't matter. It's none of my business." Zhuxi was stunned. Fu Nancheng actually wanted to marry Su Qianru? Is he going to take in both sisters of the Su family? Fu Nancheng stared at her closely, trying to see any changes in her facial expression. Fu Nancheng on the side. Not only did he not notice the change in her expression, but she even ignored him. Since she came back, she had not even looked at him. Zhuxi didn't know how he and Su Qianru got together, nor did she know what their story was. It had nothing to do with her. Now she has nothing to do with this man. "Ying, I'm a little tired. Now I'm going back to my room to sleep." Zhuxi went straight into her room. Fu Nancheng's room. He sent a WeChat message. "Going on a date with Fu Yu again tonight?" Fu Nancheng returned to his room, took a cold shower, and went to bed. He took out his cell phone and found Zhuxi's WeChat. "Why haven't you replied to the message yet?" She didn't reply. Fu Nancheng sent another message. "Going on a date with Fu Yu again tonight? Have you broken up?" This WeChat message was not sent because he was blocked. Zhuxi blocked him directly. Fu Nancheng immediately threw his cell phone away. "That little girl, how dare she block me? She cheated me by acting as a stand-in. Is she still reasonable?" The door of Fu Yingying's room. Fu Nancheng went straight out and headed to Fu Yingying's room. Fu Yingying, who was fast asleep, was suddenly startled when she heard Fu Nancheng's loud knock. He woke up in a daze and asked, "Uncle, what are you doing here? Give me your cell phone." Fu Yingying, who was still half-conscious, felt hypnotized. She immediately gave him his cell phone. Fu Nancheng found Fu Yingying's WeChat and sent a message. "Cece, my uncle is really going to marry Su Qianru. I just want you to be my little aunt. Don't you have anything else to say?" And Zhuxi replied quickly, "Oh, I wish him a happy second marriage." This Zhuxi. While staring at Yingying's phone, he laughed angrily. She was more obedient when he was her stand-in, but now that she is no longer a stand-in, she completely ignores him. Fu Nancheng said, "Why is she so arrogant? Damn it, she is the bastard." Preview next chapter. Fu Nancheng's narrow eyes darkened and his protruding throat twisted wantonly. He leaned forward and kissed her. Fu Nancheng looked at her clean and soft little face. He hadn't touched her for several days, nor did he hold her to sleep at night. Now, the fragrance from her body filled his mouth and nose, and he curled up his big hands in his trouser pockets. He thought he could do without her. But Fu Nancheng's deep voice was already hoarse. "Better with me than others. Do you want to try it?"